We're in the Casey Swim Center inside the study lounge. I'm Andrew Charico, and I'm joined with the first-year head coach, Matt Harris. Coach, thanks for inviting us in. Really appreciate it, and to shoot this season preview. First question we have to ask is, how's practice been going for your team?
So this year we've had more swimmers than we've had in the past few years. We're up to 42. Last year I think our number was 36. So practice has been going really well. We've had to differentiate a lot of groups and a lot of some gender differentiation, some just basic ability differentiation, and we've had to be a lot more efficient with how we're running our practices. So we've had to fit a lot into 2 hours to make sure everybody's getting the attention that they need, and I still sometimes don't think we're getting enough. So we've been increasing the yardage every week, though. We've been doing more yardage than we usually do, and I think the idea this year is to get more broken down and really start developing different muscle groups so that when we get ready to swim fast that we'll perform at our best. So the practices have been going really well. The kids are really putting a lot of effort in. There haven't been a ton of excuses and things like that you sometimes run into with these teams, and the leadership's great in practice. I mean, they're really rallying each other, and they're not complaining. They're putting pedal to the metal and stuff. So far practice has been great, and the freshmen have shown a lot of promise as far as for the season is concerned and what we could accomplish.
Now, with old coach Kim Lassard going over to assistant athletic director role, you're now the head coach for both teams. Talk about your transition from assistant coach to head coach.
So it's been a smooth transition, thanks really to Kim, mainly because she has still been across the hall. She's the athletic director, and she's still the aquatic director. So she's really helped with a lot of those somewhat administrative things that I struggle with a little bit sometimes, as far as ordering gear is concerned, kind of scheduling travel, food, all that stuff. So I'm learning that from her, and I'm in a really lucky position to be there because she's had done it for 26 years before me. So she knows, she remembers all the different struggles and things like that. So I've been able to go to her. So because of her, the transition's been a lot smoother than I think it would have been if she wasn't there. So that's been helpful. The respect level from the athletes' perspective has been really good. They've really embraced it. They've really embraced kind of a different style of training and a more intense sort of approach from practices and more yardage than we've ever done. So and they're really embracing that. There's not a lot of, well, we used to do this or we used to do that. I think they're ready for some new challenges. But definitely Kim's been helpful, and my new assistant Rachel Curtis has been taking on a lot of those other administrative things, and having her there has really helped.
Yeah, it's great having old coach Lassard across the hall. Last question here: men's and women's, both programs. What are the goals?
So, like every year, the goals going in are best times right off the bat. You want, in a perfect world, you want 100% improvement over their best times. That rarely happens, but that's ultimately the goal. Last year, the men were able to wipe all records before 2014 off the record board. So every record is 2014 or later, which is really a cool thing. So we want to keep doing that. We want to put some 17s up there on that record board, as many as we possibly can. The women had 5 last year, so they had 5 new records, and those were ones that hadn't been broken in a long time. So we want to build on that. We want to re-break some of those, and I think there's a few more that could fall. So I definitely think that by the end of the year, having our record board, at least half of those records knocked off would be a good goal for them. As far as the women are concerned, they moved up to spot in the conference last year. I'd like to at least do that again. We brought in 5 good freshmen, and we only graduated 3 seniors, so we're sort of ahead of the game there. And I think that we have some real talented freshmen coming in that could really help us. So I honestly think our chances of moving up, I think we have a good shot at it. But it's hard to tell this early just to know where we are in the conference. On the men's side, they had a great season last year. They went 10-0 in the regular season, so we want to keep that dual meet success going. But mostly last year, I think the third place finish was something that got to them a little bit after having an undefeated season. So I think they all realized that this is all for February. All this training, everything we're doing, they could go 0-10 and they could still get first in the conference just based on having a really good training season and being tired during the season. So for the men, I think that our goal really is to take these dual meets really seriously and compete and have those rivalries, but it's to really have your eye on the prize at the end in February and see if we can't get better than third, second, or maybe even win it.
All right, Coach, thanks. We look forward to following you throughout the season.
Thank you.